middle to poor. So the rich are served a 4-course meal of like spaghetti and salad and bread and brownies and everything. And then 100% of the kids every year have never eaten from the high class table, except for last year. That's kind of a side story. And then the middle class gets served rice and beans on a paper plate, and then the poor get served 1 bucket of rice. And so the kids just have this, the teenagers have this like overwhelming kind of internal experience because it's all silent. So they're just reflecting and watching all of this activity kind of happen. And then once we kind of feel like the energy is kind of shifted and they really were able to internalize the experience, we go into debrief and talk about, you know, hunger and different social and economic statuses and what that means and how we can play a factor in that. And we've actually had Rylarians go back to their high schools and do this activities in their high schools to raise money for like their local food banks and stuff like that. So it's been a really great experience.
Is that something you could probably Google and
You can Google it. Yeah, it's just Hunger Banquet, Oxfam, and you can see the entire directions and everything.
And you were telling us about that yesterday, and I thought it was interesting. I asked, do they get to eat again? Like, what happens?
That's what I was gonna ask.
And
What
they're-
about the poor people,
You-
right?
Yeah,
can you
so
explain that?
we order some box lunches after that are in the hallway, so they don't know that they're gonna get to eat again. So we say, you know, there are box lunches out in the hallway if you're hungry, but most of the kids don't eat after that because they just are so like overcome with emotion. But I will tell a little story. So last year, I was saying that, you know, none of the rich people ever ate because they just were so like guilt-ridden seeing their fellow Rylarians on the floor with this like pile of rice. But last year, one girl who actually was in and out of living in her car, this like her real life story, she ate, and so she described why she ate, and she said because, you know, that's a blessing for her to receive that food because that's her real life, is she struggles with that. And so that was a huge element of, you know, for all the campers to hear that and kind of, I don't know, really, they really bond on that little activity, so. it's
Just
pretty
hasn't made us cry.
cool. Aw.
Thank you.
Well, thank you all for sharing.